Ba-da-bum. All right. I should be live. Hopefully everything's working. Perfect. All good. All live. Now let me just set up my second window for bloop. As always, comments. Good old Dragon Ball. Alright, let's close you down. And set up. There we go. Perfect. Is that? Let me unlock that. Hopefully that's perfectly fine. Good. Born! How's it going, my friend? How timely, just finished lunch? What did you eat? What did you have for lunch? Where did you go? Did you go out? Homemade meal? All good my end. Very busy. I've had some family issues, which is why I didn't stream last week. Ali! How's it going? And last week I didn't actually get a chance to read as much manga as I thought I would. I think last few months I've been able to get like just over 10. Last two weeks I think I've hit around, I think I got 21 volumes here. So I guess it's just after. Panakota, hello. How's it going? How's everyone's evenings going? Born, what was for lunch? Tell me. Did anyone read Jump yesterday or this week? Because I feel like this girl right here has been taking over Twitter and everyone's going mental for her. Everyone loves her. She's like the new queen. Very precious and everybody loves her. Yeah, don't worry, it's okay. Everything's fine. It just, family gets in the way. So you have to kind of prioritize that over streaming and making videos and stuff, which is fine. A basic sandwich and chicken nuggets. That's a first. Oh wait, when you say sandwich, do you mean like a burger? Because in England, a sandwich is just 2 pieces of bread with filling like ham and cheese and lettuce. The Nikozu. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, Jump this week was pretty good. I still got 5 more series to read. But this one here, Ruri Dragon, this was really good. A breath of fresh air, or breath of fire, I guess. If you're reading Jump, I would suggest picking this one up. This is really good. Hopefully it stays good anyway. You never know. No Jump because you had exams? What exams have you got? It sucks, but at some point it will be over. Just make sure you study hard. Otherwise you'll end up like me, stuck in a job that you're not particularly enjoying. Yeah, I think everyone enjoyed the first chapter. What I've heard a lot of people saying is that they don't want it to go into like the battle aspect. They kind of want it, keep it, I don't know, whatever it is, slice of life. I wouldn't call it a gag manga. What I like about it is that the conversations are super quick. Like every page or every couple of panels, they just move on to the next conversation. Dialogue isn't very quick, and you're just it's kind of like Chainsaw Man, where sometimes they don't say anything, you just move into the next point of action, and it just lets the drawing almost speak for itself with only minimal amount of dialogue. Sandwich and regular ham and cheese. Okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes depending on who you're talking to in the world, a sandwich can kind of just mean like a burger. Is it the second of the new series? Yes, the second one. The first one was Aliens Area, which I don't know if. I guess it could be. This Aliens one could be like a battle series. I'm not too sure. Guy's kind of got superpowers, I guess, like everyone else in the magazine, to be honest. But this was quite interesting. I think a lot of people are harping on about the Dragon one because it is so unique and different. It's quite interesting because the last few series that have come out have all been non-action battle series, which is great. For better or for worse, Earthchild isn't particularly good. Akane Banashi is really good. That's an interesting one. PPP, the music one, it's good. I'm enjoying it. But I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's selling really well in Japan. But yeah, a lot of the new series that have come out, Blue Box, which was I think started last year. Even Witch Watch, which is quite popular. Although I've dropped it myself. It's quite interesting to see that Jump isn't all battle shonen, or the most popular stuff isn't all battle shonen anyway. Everyone seems to have finals and exams. Sorry, you don't have time for manga, but once you get your exams done, hopefully you'll be able to catch up with everything that you need. But study hard. That would be my suggestion. Study hard, and eventually you'll have some free time, because you'll regret it later on in life if you don't. Panakota, what manga did you pick up? Grab the wiki page. Yeah, some really good series at the moment in Jump, and I'm quite pleased that there's not a lack of battle shonen, but battle shonen always seems to be the most popular, and it just gets a bit repetitive after a while. If you boil them all down to their basics, they're all kind of the same. Naruto, Blue Exorcist, Jujutsu Kaisen, they've all kind of, the main character have all got demons inside of them. And then you have something like Demon Slayer, which is slightly different. Yeah, I think having the magazine more diverse is definitely making it more interesting. Oh, you got Vinland Saga, Chainsaw Man. What volume of Vinland Saga are you on? I myself have just hit 4. 4? No, 5. I just finished volume 5, so I need to pick up 6 and 7 soon. And everyone's picking up their volume 11 of Chainsaw Man, which I'm very upset about. Oh, you picked up Eden? Born, didn't you say that you were looking for Eden? Yeah, I think it's great. And the thing is, it's not even that it's all I mean, Jump in the past obviously does have a lot of gag and romance and other genres, but I feel like everything's good Even the non-battle stuff is really good. For, well, obviously reasons that you'll probably find out when you read. It's great. I think everyone should own Vinland Saga, even if you're not really into action. Especially where I am now, the action dies down a little bit. You really get into the nitty gritty of the characters. Ah, Born, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that's going well for you. I think I stuck it on my list. To be fair, I don't think they're that easy to come by, are they? Reading manga. You can buy the whole series for $180, which is 240, £180, which is around $240. I don't know if that's right. Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to set up some of my other screens. From your experience, if a series in Jump is in it for more than a year, then it will stick around? I guess yes and no. What was the Dolphin one? The Hard-Boiled Cop and Dolphin? I think that was around for close to a year. I think it was around 40 odd chapters. Shonen Jump series. Up to date. What has been cancelled? Yeah, Hardboiled Cop was going on for a year. Yeah, I guess the 1 year mark is kind of a good borderline figure to look at. Yeah, Earthchild isn't great. Doron Doron is just a typical action shonen series. I think the reason why it's not like it doesn't stand out, in my opinion. because 50 to 200 per volume is ridiculous. And the thing is, 1 volume or 2 volumes will sell for that price, and everyone will just assume that is the standard price for that volume, or every volume, which is a little bit annoying. And then every so often you'll watch a manga haul and someone picks up a really rare find and they spend like $5 each per volume. Upsetting. Yeah, I might spend money investing into learning Polish and French and maybe Spanish, and then that way I could just pick up volumes in those languages and just read them. I'd have a higher chance of picking them up. Yeah, I think when it comes to Weekly Shonen Jump, there's no hard or fast rule. Series can be cancelled within 10 chapters. They'll start to decline. Sometimes it's 30. As of late, a lot of the series that have been cancelled finish around 30. I mean, last year, 2021 and 2000, some of them were hitting close to a year. But it really is hit or miss, to be honest. Phantom Seer, I'm still bitter about that. That was a superb series. I feel like the drawing style was perfect. It looked amazing. The story was progressing slowly, but it was still engaging and interesting. And then they just cancelled it. And we will never know why. The sales were doing really well. I just don't get it. Haven't read Ayashimon? Nah, don't waste your time. I wouldn't waste your time. It's cancelled now. It's not great. If you enjoyed Hell's Paradise, same mangaka also did Ayashimon. If you enjoyed Hell's Paradise, I've not read it, but I've heard it's nothing in comparison. But if you enjoyed it that much that you just want to continue reading works of his, then I would say read it. Thoughts on Alien Arena? I enjoyed it. It's only got 2 chapters out. I feel like you can't really give a hard and fast comments on new series. A lot of people, when it comes to manga, they'll give it like 3-4 chapters. But it's hard because you never know, you don't really know where the series is going. I know this is a battle series. The main character has like a superpower of some kind. To be honest, it looks like he's got Luffy's gum fruit power mixed with haki already, and he's just been introduced to like this government who are seeking out aliens who live on planet, you know, it's like the Men in Black basically, but Will Smith is Japanese and he has Luffy's powers. That's what it is. And then Agent K, is it K? Tommy Lee Jones, he's like a young kid with a walking stick. But yeah, I think it's good. I think you just gotta wait out maybe a few more chapters. It's just a basic battle shonen, it seems. There'll be aliens that have to be defeated. They will probably cause issues for the Earth. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. The art style is pretty rough, which I like, to be honest. For long-running series, they're starting to announce final arcs. Yeah, Black Clover. I think you told me it's on a 3-month hiatus whilst it enters its last arc. And it's funny, with One Piece, everyone just assumed, because Oda's taking a month off, 1 month, and it's entering its last arc, everyone's just assuming that, oh, it's going to end next year. But if Wano is anything to go by, and Dressrosa, they took like 3-4 years to finish. So we still got, I reckon, another 5 years minimum, in my opinion. I think it's going to go on for quite some time, One Piece. I think there's too much to wrap up in that short amount of time. Luffy still has to confront Blackbeard. He also stated that he was going to take down all of the Yonko. So I think at some point he'll have to fight Shanks. It would only make sense. And there's the whole 100-year time gap and the world government. There's too much to wrap up within 5 years. Hungry Joker. I don't think I know that one. Hungry Joker. That looks kind of like Black Clover. Who was the mangaka for this? Oh, it was Black Clover. I was going to say, I was looking at pictures and yeah, it looks just like Black Clover. How many volumes did it go on for? Oh, it was 3 volumes. I feel like everyone, all the big, minus Oda, a lot of the big action series, the mangakas have a series that they debuted with. My Hero Academia had Barrage. Bleach had Zombie Powder. Everyone's got to start somewhere. I'm surprised that they haven't serialized that then, in physical form, I mean, in English. Oh, you have Mushishi? Looks like I'm my next language to learn will be Polish. Ugly Spines? What you mean the Polish physical releases? I'm interested in alternative covers and spines from all different languages. I think it's interesting because for the most part, um, I feel like the English ones almost replicate what's published in Japan, but the European ones they just go all out. They change the text, the text, the font. Sometimes they'll change the name slightly. I think it's amazing. Yeah, the like you said, the last arc for One Piece could also mean multiple arcs. Like obviously you got New World, which included the Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, then Dressrosa. And to be fair, even up to Wano, this is all kind of still New World, isn't it? It's all after the Red Line. But yeah, it could go on for a while, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be sad when One Piece finally ends. I'm sure we all are because we've probably been following it for so long. Is Mushishi that expensive? But now it's just ridiculous. And I feel like a lot of popular series like One Piece and Naruto and Bleach are now moving away from the singles, which they obviously started with, and just doing omnibuses, 3-in-1s. That's all they're doing now. Which is a bit annoying because I would like to collect Bleach. I would love to collect Bleach again. But I'm struggling to find some of the volumes. Yeah, I think it would be nice to have... Oh, where did I see it? I think I saw on Instagram. I saw a post of someone in Europe. They were doing custom like dust sheets or like French flaps or whatever you call them. They were quite cool. But yeah, I think it's amazing when you look at all these different countries and their physical prints for manga. They're so much more colourful as well sometimes. They'll probably print Ari again. Yeah, I think so. I think they have to. It's just printing money. Especially like within 24 hours, I think volume 1 got eaten up completely. And some of the later volumes, like 6 and 7, I think 6 and 7, also got eaten up. Because everyone who wants to get into it will buy the first couple, and everyone who had already purchased the first few volumes are waiting for the last ones. I think the last ones to go were volume 3 and 5. Yeah, you may have less series, but then I guess you can buy them in English as well. You can buy everything that's out of print and hard to find in your own language, which I'm jealous about, and then also buy it in English. Panakota, do you prefer to purchase in Polish or English? What's easiest for you? Oh, do you always have dust jackets? That's crazy. I do like the dust jackets. The Japanese ones are funny because they're like the small little tiny ones. See, the Japanese ones are funny because they have these little tiny ones most of the time, but like just for promotional stuff. And then they have this one as well. What do they have in Poland? Is it like the full thing, like this? So I think this is cool, especially for some series, not all of them. But One Punch Man, they'll have different images on the illustrations on the book, which is cool. I've got a One Piece one. It's exactly the same on the inside. It's just a duller color. You have the full thing. That sucks. See, I get angry because you look at publishers like Viz and everything that they have. It's just black and white. They have obviously the color on the outside, and then everything on the inside is just black and white. And then you have companies like Kodansha and Vertical, and they print color pages, and sometimes their volumes are the same price as what Viz is releasing them at. It's just upsetting. Just put some more color, more effort. You know, some flaps would be nice. These cover sheets, dust sheets, it'd be nice, man. I don't know. I think what I've got a volume of Bleach had a sticker in it. I think that's the most interesting thing that's come out of Viz. Paul, you mentioned about the box sets, but I was so close to purchasing. I was actually missing a volume of One Piece. One of the earlier volumes. I thought I had them all, but it was just before 90, and I couldn't find it anywhere, the single. And I was contemplating to buy the whole box set just for the one volume, and then just sell or give away the rest of the volumes. But box sets nowadays are so expensive; they get eaten up like that, and then flipped onto eBay and other sites for, well, trying to make a profit. It's silly and ridiculous. And also, I like to have my manga on display. If I have the box sets, I'll keep them in the box. And if I have them on display, what do I do with the box? Do I throw away the box? I don't know. I might have to for some things. Oh, it's Aria an anime as well. I didn't know that. Because I did, to be honest, I didn't know anything about the series until everyone started harping on about it. What was it, last month now? And by the time I figured out that it was on Right Stuff, by the time I looked, most of the volumes had gone, so it's just no point. Yeah, dust jackets are cool. I wish more publishers did dust jackets. It would be nice. In saying that, it would mean you have slightly less space on your shelf, probably by 1 or 2 volumes. And also, if they rip, they're obviously just really flimsy paper. If they rip, you'd be very upset. Actually, I just realized, I think it's funny because I mentioned how Viz is stingy, but Kaiju number 8 does have color pages. 1, 2, 3. It has 4 technically. This always upsets me when they do color pages and there's nothing there or just the context. I haven't checked volume 1. But it's normally just the first couple of pages. It's never on the insert. It's never like halfway through or anything like that. A little bit upsetting. But yeah, for the most part, Viz don't do anything. And the funny thing is, this is just the normal Shonen Jump Viz printing under their Shonen Jump line, like everything else. It's not even special like their... What's the... Okay, so I have some boxes to open. Not many, but nonetheless, there are boxes to open. Let me put my manga away. So let's first do this big one. I don't know what it is I'm looking for. I thought everything... I don't think I have anything from Amazon anymore on back order. Well, I didn't think I did. Ah, The Adventure of Dai. I still haven't read volume 1, but now that I have 2, I'll probably, maybe this weekend, I'll sit down. I presume these are 2-in-1s. I'm pretty sure I saw a video from Riley, the Omnibus collector, and he mentioned that they're 2-in-1s. So hopefully this one's good. I am a little bit upset that there's not art from Akira Toriyama, because he is like the Dragon Quest illustrator, in my opinion. Emma! How's it going? I watched your video the other day. It was very good. Obviously been a while since you've uploaded one. I was a huge manga haul. And then I also picked up volume 99 of One Piece, hitting that 100 later on in the year. I think America are probably going to get it a lot sooner. I think probably in the next month or so. I don't think we get it until September or something like that. A little bit sad, but it is what it is. Shortages to print the manga itself, but also for transportation as well. It's quite difficult to come by. I'm probably going to start reading One Piece, I think September. My date is September the 22nd. Because by that point, volume 100 would have been out. And if I read one volume every day, I would have got to volume 100 by the 31st of December. I'm very much looking forward to September. Yeah, Emma, I'm all good. I'm feeling good. I'm reading loads of manga, and I don't think I have anything in my backlog. So I'm probably going to be leaving sometime next weekend. I'm going to go on a little trip and hopefully find some manga somewhere. So I've just looked at my Amazon pre-order list and it's completely empty. So I've got no manga coming at all. So I need to find something to purchase. And then I have volume 92 of One Piece as well. This is another one that I've struggled to get hold of. 92, 93 and 96 were out of stock for a considerable amount of time. I think this has been out for 3 years and it's only recently just come back into stock. And even this one got pushed back. Are these the same? I think they're the same. Wow, look at the size difference. 92 is tiny in comparison. I think 10 has wrapped up pretty well. I'm looking forward to next week's chapter, which finally will show us the big reveal. I won't spoil anything in case anyone's not up to date. But yeah, then he's going to go on that 1 month break so we can do his research and check up on the One Piece movies and the... What's he got? It's a One Piece Red movie and the live action that's coming out. I hope that's good. Will I vlog my trip? Maybe. Maybe. I think in when? When am I thinking? This summer, I'm thinking of going to up north to do Travelling Man. I'm going to try and do all 4 Travelling Men that are in the country. I think there's only 4. I hope there's only 4. So it's Manchester, I think Leeds, York, and then Newcastle. And I think you can do it all in one day. But I'd have to be at Manchester for 9 o'clock when they open. And then drive all the way to Newcastle in like a J. So like Manchester is here, and then it's Leeds, York, and then Newcastle. But that'll be in the summer. you haven't read One Piece since 2015. I feel like no matter what series it is, everybody will say, "Oh, you need to keep reading. It gets good. It gets good. It gets better." But One Piece really does. It just escalates completely. Is there any reason why you stopped reading? Was this because I feel like Desperosa for most people was a bit draining. It went on a little bit too long for some people's liking, with not really much happening because it was all kind of centralized in one area. And my last package was a big one. Oh, I thought this got cancelled. So this is Death Note short stories. This includes the one shot that the two created last year. Was it in the summer? Obata come up with the idea of continuing Death Note. Was it 10 years, 15 years later? And it was... I was expecting it to continue as like a brand new series, but it isn't. It's just a one shot. It ends as I was hoping it would have ended. And I don't really know what else is in it. Oh, that kind of sucks. It's got the original Death Note one shot in there as well, which I think is also in volume 13, How to Read Death Note, the really big volume, which is like an encyclopedia for Death Note. Everything's free for two at Traveling Man. Good. Because it will be an expensive trip. Not as expensive as the Forbidden Planet one, but where you can save your money, try and save your money, I say. Yeah, I'm looking forward to rereading this one. I'm actually planning on reading Death Note sometime next month. I feel like, I don't know if anyone's got volume 13 of Death Note, but I feel like you can't really read that too much because it has like loads of character profiles. And if there's a character that you're not particularly interested in, you might just skim over it. It's not like a proper manga volume that you read the entirety of it. It's like a dictionary. You don't read every word in the dictionary. But this will be good. I don't actually think I've ever read the original one-shot series. Just because I'm so glad that they changed, because Light Yagami is a young shonen in this. He's probably like, I don't know, 12. I'm so glad that they made him much older than he is originally. And that is all I got for the unboxing. Only 4 volumes, but that brings me up to date with One Piece and also up to date on Adventures of Dai. So I'll probably start that this weekend. You're tired of most manga, their height differences? Yeah, I think a lot of people are upset about that. I saw somewhere, I don't know who it was, someone on Instagram, they posted, I can't even remember the manga it was, but there's 2 volumes next to each other, and the text and the number volumes were lower on the second volume than they were on the first, and then the third one was how it was on the first. So yeah, it was kind of like a little zigzag. It is frustrating. What's even more frustrating is when the publishers themselves change their branding. So I have Blue Exorcist with the 2001 to 2021 Shonen Jump logo at the top, and then the Viz logo at the bottom, which is fine. Actually, let me get them out. It's super annoying. They do stuff like this all the time. So this is volume 1, and you can see they got the original Shonen Jump Advance logo with Viz's old Viz Media logo. It's not their old one. And then they updated it to their more modern 2020, 2021 logo, but they kept the old Shonen Jump Advance, and then they changed that to their new Shonen Jump, or just the SJ. It's just so annoying, because you look at it and it's all nice. See the Blue Exorcist and all the characters, they look beautiful, and then it just upsets my OCD. And I'm sure everyone else can adhere to this. They can relate. Your OCD is just too much. It just upsets me. I just want to burn it all and rebuy it. My Dragon Ball Super is exactly the same. It's so upsetting. And if you look at One Piece is even worse. It's been going on for like 100 volumes. Chris, how's it going? Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant there. It just upsets me. I'm sure you will get it when you look at your manga and you think, oh, you just start admiring it. Oh, it looks so beautiful. And then the more you look, the more you start nitpicking at it all. You see the annoying small little details that really frustrate you. Is volume 27 out yet? I didn't think it was out. Is it out? It is! You can get it at Forbidden Planet for £5.55. I might go to Forbidden Planet this weekend. Or at work, we have a town hall where they're basically giving us a big update on the company and how well we're doing. And we get half day. But I might not show up and just go straight to Forbidden Planet instead. As a graphic designer, you can't understand how they allow the spines to look so different. Yeah, it is really annoying. At least reprint, like with One Piece. I think when my first volumes of One Piece, they don't have. See, a lot of One Piece, all the One Piece volumes now, they have like the arc. Like here, you can see this little, it says Wano on it, and then volume 61 to 98 say New World. But when they first started releasing, they didn't have this. So a lot of mine were just plain. And then all the newer ones had the arc on it. But they ended up re-releasing the first, I think, 25 volumes with the 1.0 and the stickers. I think it was like Grand Line, I think it was called. So you could purchase them, but I think it's too late. I don't think they'll ever go back and reprint volume 1 of Blue Exorcist with the new Viz logo and the new Shonen Jump logo. I don't think they'll ever do it. Chris, I'm doing good. I'm just a little bit wound up because in my head, I think about this all the time. You ever lay there in bed and think to yourself how perfect your manga could be, but it never will be because of the stupid publishers? And now I'm angry. Now I'm hot and flustered. It's out of stock already? Volume 27? It's on the Forbidden Planet website. Get it. Get it as soon as you can. I would be interested to know its popularity. Because I don't see it in a lot of people's collections, Blue Exorcist. What's the consensus of Blue Exorcist? It's good. It's underrated. I don't think a lot of people are giving it justice. It's good. It's your typical action shonen series. Young boy has a demon inside of him. He's shunned by everybody. It's much, you know what it is? It's Naruto. It's Naruto, but he's blue. That's what it is. Instead of ninjas, they're all exorcists. Everyone hates him. No one loves him. He feels lost in the world. But yeah, like Geeky said, it's a slower release because it comes out monthly. We only get 2 volumes a year. So I think people just forget about it a lot. Plus, the anime, which is normally helped to promote it, tends to be just overlooked. It came out, when did it come out? 2011, I think it came out. But it came out as a 24 episode season. And the first 12 episodes followed the manga, much like Full Metal Alchemist. And then after that, it had its own anime ending. It was all anime exclusive. And then they had a movie. And then when they released season 2, they retconned the second half of the first season because they started off what should have been episode 13. So it's really weird. But they came out years ago. So the anime came out 2011. And then season 2 came out 2017. So there's not really much talk about it. It kind of comes out and then, I don't know, the people who own it buy it and the people who don't own it just overlook it. It was. Although I thought it was weird. They kind of rushed killing Satan at the end. But yeah, this is really good. Emma, I don't know if you've caught up. I know you said you were watching Blue Exorcist. I don't know if you started reading it yet, but it only gets better from where you are after season 2. It really does. There's so many characters that just step in to the limelight and they just show off what they've been hiding for all these years. It's super good. But Chris, I'm sure you've got the Shonen Jump app. You can read on the Shonen Jump app and find for yourself. You've just read up to 23 and 24? Oh, in that case, you know about the super secret spy. I was super shocked with that. I wasn't ready. The newer volumes, so you're only 3 volumes behind. And it's still just as good. You get to learn everything. Everything that has been prophesized and spoken about in the past, you'll find out everything. All right, and just quickly, before I go, I just want to go over some of the manga that I've actually read the last couple of weeks. So I didn't stream last week. Every week I tend to just go over the manga that I've read. So for the past 2 weeks, I think I've read, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, 20, 20. I've read 20 volumes in the past 2 weeks, which isn't great by normal standards. It's 10 volumes a week. It's not the 15 or 17 that I'm used to doing. Definitely needs a new season. Yeah, it could do with a new season. It's got a whole new arc that it could cover within 12 episodes, 10 episodes if it wants to. The first volume I read was Chainsaw Man Volume 10. I'm sure everybody's picked this up. I said initially that I wasn't going to read Volume 11 until I had a physical copy, but I threw that out the window when I finished this. Chainsaw Man does a really good job, I've mentioned before, of telling a story without much dialogue. It moves its characters and the plot forward without saying much at all, dialogue-wise. Hardly anything spoken, especially when it comes to Denji and Power, who just mutter utter nonsense half the time. But you can really feel the passion between the characters that don't say much just through their panels and how they're drawn. And you've got people like Makina who talk a lot, and you can just understand how she manipulates everyone. But I couldn't stop. I had to read volume 11 through the Shonen Jump app. I think when this comes out in anime form, I think the volumes for this are just going to get snapped up. That'll be it. It'll go out of print, everything, completely, never to be seen again. I'm pretty sure most people here have read Chainsaw Man. you're waiting for to read volume 10 in until you get 11. What I admire most about manga artists is not all of them do this, but when they take into consideration the volumes themselves. So when volume 9 finished, that kind of wrapped up the arc, and chapter 1 of volume 10 starts off this brand new section of the story, and it follows into volume 11 till it ends and concludes, and it's just amazing. And rereading Chainsaw Man, it does it throughout. Every chapter is almost self-contained in a way, or every 2 chapters is self-contained, and One Piece does this as well. They'll take into consideration leaving a big cliffhanger at the end of the volume in hopes that you'll be gripped and go and purchase the next one. And I think it's great. It's just a great way to have your manga issued, which is sometimes why Oda specifically, some of his volumes are so much thicker, because he just needs that extra 1 or 2 chapters to make the whole volume seem more impactful. The last 3 volumes are amazing. Yeah, I think, yeah, superb. I've not... What's the word I'm looking for? I've not been shocked by an action shonen series in a long time. What I get shocked about is normally just the battle moves that come out. But this just took everything that I knew about shonen and just threw it out the window. I think Fujimoto is going to go down as one of those manga artists that everyone will just say, you need to collect all his works. Much like Junji Ito, you don't just buy one, you'll buy all of them. Taiyo Matsumoto, you won't buy just one of his works. If you enjoy one, you'll enjoy them all. And I feel like he's going to be another one. Inoue Asano as well, you buy all of his works. And I feel like no matter what this guy draws up in his mind and puts on paper, it's just going to sell bucket loads. What's the new volume that's coming out soon? Laid Back? Is it Laid Back or Look Back? That was a one shot from last year, and his Goodbye Eerie that came out earlier, that was amazing as well. It's crazy. What's crazy about Chainsaw Man as well is that this is only the first part. I don't know if this will be a third or a fourth part, but probably just 2 parts, 2 halves. But I can't even imagine where the series is going to go now. And still keep it as interesting as the first part. You're ashamed to say you haven't read it? I don't think that's a bad thing. You can't read everything. I've seen your collection, like 1,500 volumes. There's going to be at least 10 series that you've either never heard of or haven't read at all. I'd be interested to know, Emma, how much do you know what percentage you are with regards to read completion? Because even 10% is 100 volumes, which is a lot. 10%, what are you at, 1,500? I feel like the artwork for Chainsaw Man can't spoil anything either. I saw there was the image, the famous Among Us scene. I'd seen it many times and I had no idea. It's so out of context. But until you read it, you have no idea of its impact. Yeah, I'm sure Emma done a video like February time of her updated collection. I'm pretty sure it was 1,500, or maybe I'm just chatting rubbish. It's definitely over 1,000. Yeah, I think, yeah, Born, I think you're right. Because it's going to be on Jump Plus, it would be interesting to see if it's even more bloody, because Chainsaw Man is so much more than what you would expect from any Battle Shonen series. Like, the amount of death and blood and just the themes that it goes through, I would never expect them to be in Weekly Shonen Jump. So maybe it will just be even more Unchained. Who knows? Goodbye Eerie was really good. That was another one I mentioned before. Chainsaw Man, I think it's just Fujimoto in general. I haven't read Fire Punch, but when I read Goodbye Eerie, everything just kind of flowed so quickly, and it pushed the narrative forward without saying anything most of the time. I just think he's a great mangaka. Everything he's created so far. Yeah, over 1,500. See, that's ridiculous. You must be sleeping on manga. Get rid of your bed. It's probably taking up too much room. Get some more manga in your life. You'd say you're around 50? That's pretty good, I think. I think 50 is good. I myself am aiming for 80, but that's because my collection is so much smaller and I'm not buying as much. Plus, I don't have a bookshelf that's in stock to house everything that I have. Lingston, are you saying the art style for Chainsaw Man? Or just Fujimoto in general, just his art style? See, I think Bourne mentioned that he preferred... I'm sure he meant... Bourne, did you say you prefer Fire Punch over Chainsaw Man? Actually, you didn't say you prefer it. You said it's different. His art style in general? Yeah, it's strange. His facial expressions are really funny. One of my favorite panels in the whole... Actually, I think one of my favorite panels in the whole of manga is here. And it's this one. No big spoilers. It's where Kobeni is doing DDR. Now, what's funny about this one is, out of context, it's just her being on the dance mat. But it's the events that come before this that leads up to her being on the dance mat that are just so out there. This was the last thing I thought she would be doing. It's just ridiculous. And I laughed so hard when I turned the page. Yeah, the humor is good. He's young as well. I feel like a lot of manga that's coming out recently is a lot more funny because they're all young. They're all young kids. They're all in their early 20s or late 20s. Well, Fujimoto's been making manga for quite some time, but I feel like the older mangaka, you can only learn so much when you're old. Once you get to a certain age, you stop learning new things, so you can only go on past experiences, and at some point the times move along with your experiences, and what you thought or deemed funny when you was younger isn't necessarily that funny now. It'd be interesting to see if Oda ever made something after One Piece, if it would be just as funny. But yeah, I feel like a lot of manga nowadays is peak humor. Right, and it is Pride Month, and I've had this one in my backlog for quite some time. Sweet Blue Flowers. I didn't realize how old this one was. This is about two young high school girls. I don't think they like each other initially. One I think she likes girls, and she doesn't realize it until later on, as they always do. And the other one is just completely oblivious to the idea of a relationship in general. I've only just read volume 1. This was actually really hard to get into. It kind of brute forces the characters upon you. You're almost it's almost like you're halfway through the series and the author expects you to know all their names and their relationships and connections. But I'm halfway through volume 2 at the moment, and it does get better, story-wise anyway. The first maybe 10 chapters were quite difficult to wrap my head around. But yeah, it's a nice story. It's a bit weird when you read about young girls who are, 12, 13, 14, falling in love, especially falling in love with the same sex. Maybe because I'm not a girl, that I don't understand or can't really relate or or like conceptualize why or how they would have these kind of feelings. I'm saying that because I don't think I had my first kiss until I was 15. Yeah, Born, I think you're the reason why I started to look into Fire Punch because I was just going to give it a pass. Because I heard a lot of people say that Fire Punch wasn't so great. Even Chris himself said he's enjoying Chainsaw Man far more than Fire Punch. But because of you, I'll give it a shot. You don't have any Yuri? Of your 1,500 volumes, you don't have any? I don't believe you. I don't have that much. The one I've just read now, Sweet Blue Flowers, I wouldn't recommend because I haven't finished it. It depends on what you're interested in, I guess. I recently picked up Donuts Under a Crescent Moon about two young colleagues, work colleagues. So they're like 25 and 27, I think. They start to fall in love. That's pretty cute. It's kind of like, no, it's not actually. I was going to say Waterkoi, but it's not. One girl was like really unsure about what she values in life. She likes buying a lot of makeup. She enjoys fashion. And she just says yes to all her friends to doing things. Her friends will say, let's go this, let's go here, let's do this, let's buy this. And she'll just say yes. But she's kind of realizing that she doesn't enjoy doing those activities and isn't much of a yes person and rather not really do the fashion and makeup that the magazines tell her to. And the other girl was just a hard, stern workaholic who's very family orientated. And it's quite interesting to see their dynamic. But I think once you've seen one romance series, you've kind of seen them all, I feel. I just feel like certain series just kind of latches on to certain people. It's nice to see that people who are of the LGBTQ community have something to read and relate to. But yeah, Donuts and the Crescent Moon's pretty good. It's only 2 volumes. I think volume 3 comes out next month or the month after. What else did I read? I read... No, actually I lied. They are the only 2 Yuri I have. I actually went into your Discord, I think last month, and I asked for some Yuri and BL recommendations. And I think they're the only 2 I have. The others I have aren't Yuri at all. I have a couple of BL. Then I've got Boys Run the Riot, which is really good. Fire Punch is so bleak. Born, tell Chris. Tell him he needs to continue it. Does everybody want Yuri recommendations? Because I'm the wrong person. Because I literally only have 2. And they are just A-okay. Oh, if you want something a little bit spicier, I did watch Citrus. Citrus is apparently really good. It's kind of they're stepsisters basically, and they go to the same school, so there's a little bit of drama there. One is the on the school council, and her dad is the principal, and then the other girl, who's her stepsister, is like I don't know what to call her. She's proper into fashion and makeup, and she has blonde hair. And yeah, it gets a bit heated. I think in that series, there's a lot more sexual tension than the 2 that I'm currently reading now. Yeah, Geeky, it was in your recommendation forum. Probably, I'd say a month old. I think Fire Punch is what, only 8 volumes? Keep it up. And if you don't like it, I'll buy it off of you. You get out of here. Take your smuttiness with you. I'm joking. All right, and last week and the week before, I started Golden Kamuy. So I've read a lot of volumes. This is another one that's coming to an end, very sadly. I remember watching the anime back in 2017, 16 maybe. This has everything in it. This is like One Piece, but for men. Not boys, for men. It's basically looking for treasure in Japan. And as they go through Japan looking for the treasure, they talk a lot about the historical landmarks and the natives that inhabit Japan, the Ainu. And I believe they still are in certain areas of northern Japan, even today. But there's a lot of historical talk about how they, like, beliefs and their cooking rituals, the way that they kill animals and they serve them up, parts of the animal that they eat, they don't eat, hunting techniques. It's equal parts adventure, food cooking, and really, really buff dudes that would turn even the straightest man at least 90 degrees. Saichi Tsukimoto is by far my favorite character. Him and Asilipa, their relationship together is so pure. She's a young, I don't even know her age. I don't even think it's mentioned, but I think she's like 12, 13. She's very young. Sugimoto is a early 20s war veteran who refuses to die. It's got a sticker. I think it just has everything that I love about manga. The art is really good. The adventure aspect is interesting. What also makes it interesting to read is how brutal it is. It's got explicit content for a reason. There's a lot of blood, a lot of guts, and it's very in your face. Sugimoto constantly gets stabbed and shot. In one of the panels, he gets stabbed in the cheek, and it's a close up, and you see the blood come out and the pulsation of his veins. It's such a shock factor. But yeah, the historical aspect is really interesting as well. And I feel like it doesn't really linger on too much on each section. Once the cooking's done, they move on to the next part. I think it did kind of have a lull halfway through my current read. So I think from volume 10 to like 14 was slightly boring. There was just a lot of text, a lot of dialogue. So I read up to volume 17 and 18. I'm so glad that I picked up this series. There's even a naked bath scene. There's actually a scene where they go into this not a hot spring, is it a hot spring? It's not a hot spring. I think it's a hot spring. They get a little bit too frisky with one another. It's like 5 guys, topless, bottomless, and just, yeah, they start wrestling. A sauna, that was it. They were in a sauna. They start wrestling. Yeah, gets you all hot and sweaty. It really does. It has JoJo effects on straight men. Yeah, it really does. Except from with JoJo, they're quite, you can tell that fantasy. These guys are real men. These guys exist. And if they are real, I will find them and I'll shake all of their hands. But yeah, this is a great read. It's going to be sad to see them go. I'll probably have to read this once over again when the last few volumes come out. I currently have 25. I think volume 26 just came out in America. So I'm looking forward to purchasing that. I think it's going to go up to volume 30 or 28, I think. what hooked me straight away is the idea that they're doing treasure hunting, which automatically means it's adventure, which I'm always a big fan of. But the idea is that the treasure is on a it's hidden, and you need a map, and the map is tattooed onto people, so they have to skin the men or take copies of the tattoo. But most of the time they skin the men, they hunt them. All the convicts that have the tattoos are demented. They've got something wrong with them. One of them wants to be killed. Some of them have questionable morals. They're all very unique. It reminds me very much of One Piece, where they've all got their funny quirks about them. But this was a really good read. And I'm going to continue because I think I've got volume 19 next. Yes, I'll shake all of their hands with my hand. Yeah, it's really good. And although it's still quite lengthy, 30 volumes, I think it's 30 volumes or 28 volumes. It's quite a lot of volumes, but at least you know there's an end. You know, when you tell people to pick up One Piece and they've got 100 volumes to purchase, it's difficult. Golden Kamui. 29 volumes, so it's not too much, but they are under Viz's signature line, so they are slightly more expensive. They're £8.99, Chris, but it's good. For the most part, you can get them for three for two, so there is a little bit of a discount there. All right, what is the time? I think it is that time where it is the end of the stream. I've been streaming for a very long time. 2 hours. No way. I've not been live for 2 hours. 1.5 hours I've been live. And you guys have kept me company all this time. Thank you very much. I missed last week, which is a bit of a shame. But family needs always come first. And as always, before I end the stream, I always like to leave a video that I've just posted. It's just gone live. So if you wouldn't mind giving that a quick watch, you don't have to watch the whole thing. Heck, just throw it on in the background, let it run until the end. Feel free to give it a like, or don't click on it at all. I'd rather you not click on it at all than click on it and then click off. Glad you was able to make the stream. Emma, you've made the last 2 streams that I've done, and I'm glad that you enjoyed. And Chris, thanks for stopping by. Emma, when are you doing another live stream with the girls, with the dudettes? Actually, Emma, I would like to play a game with you. I have this idea in my head. You've got a lot of manga volumes. And in my head, I have this idea where I go up to manga tubers and I show them pixel art versions of manga volumes. And you have to guess which ones they are. I've already got a load of designs backed up, even though I have no idea if I would get anyone to participate. But I need someone with a lot of manga volumes like yourself or Caitlin, Riley, Omnibus Collector. Just to see if you knew any of the volumes that you currently have. Born, you were definitely less active, but you know what? Your presence here is always appreciated. You're always here every single time. Thank you. Sounds like a great video idea. It would be fun. I can make it interesting. I would give you a certain amount of numbers. Depending on how many you get right, I would give you real life money to buy manga. How about that? I'll give you an Amazon or a Forbidden Planet or Traveling Man voucher. You can spend it how you like. Okay, that is up and running. Okay, I'm off. It is 9:30. That's crazy. But I've got to reorganize all my manga now that I've taken off the shelves. And I also need to update my spreadsheet, which is the boring part, which I normally do on stream, but there's a lot of you here this evening, so I'd rather talk to you than update my manga spreadsheet. Well, thanks for chilling with me, guys. And I guess I will see you all next time. How about this? I'll DM you on Discord at some point, not now, no rush. It's not something I want to do today. But yeah, maybe we'll do something. It'll be fun. It'll be fun for me, good content, and you potentially get loads of money and loads of manga volumes. Panakota, thanks for chilling. Chris, Emma, Born, Ali, if you're still here. Lingston, thanks for chilling. I gotta go. I keep procrastinating. Thanks for chilling with me, guys, and I will see you all next time.